Everybody, Houston here with David Burton. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
What's going on? Well, first of all, I'm gonna get to AEW in a second. Well, hey, what's going on with New Japan?
Well, they're building towards a resurgence. Their next television special, Resurgence.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Which is, a resurgence is coming.
That gonna be in the States or Japan?
It's gonna be here in the States.
Cool.
Just like the last one was. It was in the States.
Yeah. While you get the information together, I'm finding here. We can be accurate here. New Japan Resurgence. Let's see.
I did see, no, I didn't see the whole show, but I saw some of TNA's Impact, and it was very, very good.
All right, before we get to that, we gotta get the people about Resurgence. Let's see here, 2024. I get Wikipedia. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Hang on.
1 minute. Damn it.
Okay.
I'm still with you while I'm multitasking.
All right, got it. It's May 11th at Toyota Arena in Ontario, California.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see, pull it up here. So far in the card, we got John Moxley and Ren Narita versus Shato Umino for the IWGP World Championship.
Yes. That guy's very good, and that's going to be an interesting match.
Yeah. Time to.
I hate when you can't find something.
Yeah, I'll give us a minute, man. I'm trying to pull this up. Like, I don't know what he doing. Hell, I was like,
I'm trying to find something.
yeah, man. Yeah. Okay. Well, while he's doing now, I'm gonna give you this information here. As of today, Wrestling Tracks can also be reached on iHeartRadio. If you have the app, to download the app, look up Wrestling Tracks. I'll try to give you the link here.
Give me 1 second, I'll be back to you.
It's a little long link. Hang on a minute here. I can pull it up. Okay. Wrestling Tracks on iHeartRadio. If I can pull a thing, or just go to iHeartRadio.com and click on the type of Wrestling Tracks. It's the second one with the wrestling ring and our logo. So the link is pretty long here. Like iHeartRadio.com, get the app and type in Wrestling Tracks.
iHeartRadio is not bad, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have iHeartRadio once upon a time. Sorry about that. I had to take my medicine, so started getting nervous. Couldn't find my stuff for a second.
All right, so you go to iHeartRadio.com/podcast/2. It's out the way. All right. Hey, y'all hang on, guys, to get the link together. Give me a second here.
iHeartRadio.
Yeah. Let me do it on my tablet here. You go to iHeartRadio, type in Wrestling Tracks, and you can find us there as well. If the link will work, that'd be great. Okay. So you go to iHeartRadio. You click Wrestling Tracks on the second. We're number 2, which is podcast. The link here. There you go. The link here is iHeart.com/podcast/269 wrestling tracks 172911160. Or another, you don't feel like doing all that shit? Just go iHeartRadio.com, type of Wrestling Tracks. We're the second one with the ring and our logo on it. Boom, there you go.
Right, and you were talking about Resurgence. And just some of the interesting matches. Of course, Ren Narita is going to face Shibata Umino. The winner of that match will face Jon Moxley for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Eddie Kingston will defend the Strong Openweight Championship in a no-ropes last man standing match against Gabriel Kidd.
Wait. No rope? You say no ropes?
Yep.
Okay.
No ropes in this last man standing match.
Interesting.
No ropes. No ropes at all. And the Strong Openweight Championship will be on the line. Stephanie Vaquer will defend against Alex Windsor. And you got a tag team match. You got Bullet Club taking on LIJ, Tatsuya Naito, and Yuta Jutsu. I almost forgot the 2 Bullet Club members. The current leader, David Finlay Jr., son of Fit Finlay, and Kenta, formerly known as, what the hell is his name in WWE? It'll come to me later on. But anyway, back to the card. Fred Rosser and Tom Lawler are going to face the West Coast Wrecking Crew. They're a good team, by the way. In another tag team match. And Matt Vandegrift, that's an interesting name, will face Adrian Quest. That's a cool name. And a Strong Survivor match. I don't have a clue what that is, but I'll be watching. A Strong Survivor. Oh, Hideo Itami. There we go. That was Kenta's name in WWE. I couldn't remember. I knew it would come back to me. Hideo Itami. And he wasn't in WWE long. I think he was in there for like a little over a year. And then he got released because he kept getting injured. Yeah, so I saw some Impact highlights in their main event. Nick Nemeth for former Dolph Ziggler. I gotta say congratulations to him, by the way. For those who don't know, TNA has a partnership with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and they also have a partnership with the AAA promotion in Mexico. So some of TNA's talent wrestles at some of their shows and competes for some of their championships. Anyway, Nick Nemeth competed for the World Championship. He won the match, and he is the new AAA World Heavyweight Champion. So congrats to him, and that's overall his 3rd world title win. Cool. His 2nd championship outside of WWE.
That's good for him.
He had a hell of a match against Alex Shelley this past Thursday. Well, whatever day it comes on. I forgot what day it was. But anyway, he had a hell of a match against Alex Shelley. That match was amazing.
Well, let's get to AEW, and then we're going to swing around the good old WWE. You see 30...
Matt Hardy's there. He's just back there, right? You know Matt Hardy went back there, right?
Back where?
The TNA, after his AEW contract expired, he returned to TNA.
Interesting.
And he's using his broken gimmick again.
Well, let's talk about AEW right quick. Did you see when they gave Tony Khan a power driver?
I saw it. Didn't care too much for it, but I saw it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he took the bump. But the funny thing about that is nobody watched that show nor that segment. The rating they had for that particular episode was really, really bad.
Yeah.
Their ratings are continuing to slump.
That's the first time I saw Papa Khan, Tony Khan's daddy. When everybody came out to check on Tony. Interesting. And like, it's kind of like, what the hell? Because after that, we didn't hear much about it. Or like the repercussions or nothing like that. Which is stupid.
Yeah, that was stupid. It's a stupid angle.
And then Tony Khan gets on the NFL draft thing and talks about how he's the Pepsi of pro wrestling. WWE's like little Harvey Weinstein. Like, really?
Well, I always said the guy was an idiot, and people made fun of him for saying that. I was like, why do you... People make fun of him because he says stupid shit. Everything he comes out of his mouth is not good. It didn't bother me none. I knew he was going to say something stupid to make himself look stupid and his company look stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, there's people there that regrets going there.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny, a lot of those NXT guys that's in AEW, I know for a fact that all of them still keep in contact with Triple H. And quite a few of them wish they hadn't left.
Yeah.
They didn't trust their career in Vince's hands, so they left. But some of them wish they hadn't left and they stayed.
Yeah. It wouldn't hurt to keep WWE in your back pocket. You know, just in case, you know.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you got the legal thing. Wait till contract expires. But after that, you know, reach out.
AEW is different. Their contract can expire and they can work somewhere else the next day.
Yeah.
You know, don't you realize only WWE is the only company that does that? Is that once you're not working for them, they still control you.
Well, yeah, because technically it's the...
Even when you leave the company, they still control you. Because once you leave a company, you can't work nowhere for 90 days.
Yeah.
It's 3 months.
I'm trying to say, because they have, it's called intellectual property rights and all that stuff.
True, which is another reason why WWE has their wrestlers by the balls. That's why I said, once you leave a company, they still control you. Like, you can't work nowhere for 90 days after leaving the company.
Now, for the record, you can make appearances. Like you can make appearances. You just can't wrestle for 90 days.
True, but it also depends where those appearances are as well.
Like, it's not just people leaving the company. It's people who are long gone. Like, for example, Andre the Giant, one of our biggest intellectual properties, Andre the Giant. He's dead, gone 30, 40 years. Technically, WWE can do whatever they want with his intellectual property. If they come out with a brand new Andre the Giant T-shirt, just write text to his daughter, you good to go.
Oh, his daughter's not going to complain because that's money in her pocket. Because all the royalties she gets.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too. A lot of guys, and I give Vince credit for this. A lot of guys that are no longer working for the WWE. They're still being paid for that company by. How? From royalties. Mm-hmm. So let's say, for example, you look at a guy like Goldberg who no longer works for WWE, but he's continuing to get a WWE paycheck. Why? Because of royalties. Mm. And it's not just Goldberg, it's a lot of people. A lot of ex-WWE performers. Even people that's in AEW who are currently employed by AEW are still getting paid by WWE from royalties.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. It depends, though. It depends. Because, remember, home video don't exist no more. So, and nobody's getting any money off the network. So, you're only getting royalties off of merchandise, which is action figures.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the merchandise, T-shirts, book bags, pillows and blankets and things of that nature. And last but not least, of course, video games. And if you ain't on any of those things, you are not getting a paycheck.
Oh yeah, I remember the first time I walked to Walmart. Not first time, but I walked to Walmart and I saw the a WWE action figure right next to AEW action figure. I'm like, oh shit, it's begun.
Yeah, but of course, WWE ain't got nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
They're not losing money off of AEW's action figures. Speaking of action figures, I know TNA is about to come out with a brand new line of action figures. They had action figures in the past, so it's been 10 years since they last had action figures. So they just signed a new deal with a new toy company, and they're going to be getting new action figures.
That's good for them.
You're going to have TNA, WWE, and AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine seeing all three together.
Hey, is Al Snow still man from Walmart?
What?
Al Snow. He has something about the action figure band for Walmart back in '99.
I remember that story. Yeah.
This was before cancel culture was a thing, way before.
Well, it didn't matter because his action figure was still being sold. It just wasn't sold in Walmart anymore.
Yeah.
Like, for example, at the time, you had toy stores like Toys R Us and KB Toys.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they don't exist no more, but at the time, I'm just using this as an example. Walmart stopped selling his action figure, but his action figures were still being sold in other places like KB Toys and Toys R Us.
Yeah. Well,
I feel strange saying that because they're both out of business.
Oh yeah, we
See,
just
this is making me feel old right now.
Well, for you, older, but yeah. But anyway.
You ain't gotta go that yeah.
I'm gonna take. We're gonna go to Paris. We're gonna go to France right quick.
I gotta ask you something. I know I ain't gotta ask you about Toys R Us, but do you even remember KB Toys?
That was for my time.
That was before your time. All right, never mind. Go ahead, continue.
But we're gonna take you to France right quick. Backlash is this Saturday at in Lyon, France. I'm gonna try to pronounce these people here at the LDLC Arena in Dessines Chaprou. Dessines Chaprou in Lyon metropolis, France. There you go. Kind of, sort of. It would be over there. I'm gonna say I haven't got the time, but over here is like 1:30 over here, I believe.
Yeah. Shit, that's right. I forgot they're going by London's time. You gotta mention that it's not our time; they're going by their time. So, trying to find what time it starts in the States.
So far we got Cody Rhodes against AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. Damian Priest versus Jey Uso for the World Championship. Bayley, Naomi, Tiffany Stratton. I'm first on Facebook for the Women's Championship. The Kabuki Warriors against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill for the Tag Team Women's Championship. Randy Orton, Kevin Owens versus the Bloodline, Solo and Tama Tonga.
His in-ring debut, by the way.
And as of after Saturday, the draft results will be official, and hopefully they will take this seriously this time, and you stay on your brand.
Okay, I found it. It starts at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
So, depending on where you're at in the United States, the time is going to be different. So, for example, right now I'm in New York, so 1 o'clock. It'll be 1 o'clock in New York. For Texas, you guys are an hour behind us.
Mm-hmm.
It would be 12 o'clock. Los Angeles, they're 3 hours behind. That would be 10 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
or 11 a.m. 10 a.m. 10 a.m.
Cool.
10 o'clock in the morning. So 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, that ain't too bad. Except for those on the West Coast, they gotta wake up in the morning.
Now, after the by the way, I meant to say this when I started mentioning the draft. Roman Reigns, of course, withdrew himself on the draft because on the corporate side, there's nothing for him right now. So what's the point being?
Storyline wise, right now he's battling cancer again. That's the real reason he's not here.
Of course, I'm trying to get there. Now,
my fault.
Now, it's two sides. First of all, we have nothing for him, so there's no point in getting yourself drafted if you ain't doing nothing. And yes, he is battling cancer in real life, leukemia. That wasn't just a storyline. That's actually true. Yes, it's a remission, but you gotta take oral chemotherapy, make sure everything's cool.
Yes, oral chemo, which is going to take him out of action.
Just to make sure everything's straight. So yes, he actually does have leukemia. It's in remission. We gotta keep oral medicine to make sure everything's cool. You're gonna be out for quite some time.
Also, Seth Rollins, who just had knee surgery, and someone said this, so like, don't you find it interesting, like, right after WrestleMania, WWE loses 3 of their top talents? Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Rhea Ripley. Both Rhea Ripley and Seth Rollins go out due to injury. Roman Reigns is gone due to cancer treatment. Braun Strowman is back. Sheamus just returned from injury. Look, CM Punk is currently still injured. He's been injured since returning at the Royal Rumble.
One thing the Tribal Chief would not be too pleased with, the Bloodline got drafted on the 3rd round. That ain't right. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna take a negative, make it a positive. We're gonna be all right.
Yeah. Of course, none of this is hurting WWE, which is one of the reasons why Vince is a damn genius. You see, back in the day, wrestling companies drew off of people. For example, I'll use Hulk Hogan back in his heyday in the early 80s. When he was running wild, Hulk Hogan was a WWE. You put his name up on the marquee, it really didn't matter who he was in the ring against. It was sellout after sellout after sellout after sellout. See, back in those days, guys were making money off of name value and putting asses in seats. And this is before contracts. So you only got paid when you worked. So let's say, for example, if you get injured and you're not working, you're not getting paid. But that's how it was back then. Now, Vince was smart enough to go, okay, we're not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to have a company revolve around 1 or 2 or 3 people. I'm going to make this company so big and so popular that it'll draw just off of his name alone. And he was smart enough to do that. Now, don't get me wrong. Guys are always going to draw. That's always going to happen. But for a company to draw just off of its namesake, that's bigger. That's better. See, other wrestling companies can't do that because they didn't have the foresight to do what Vince did. For example, AEW is not going to draw off of its name alone. They have to put talent. Like, they got to add Jon Moxley. They got to add Chris Jericho. They got to add Kenny Omega. They just can't put AEW up on a marquee and expect it to sell just off of his name value. Only WWE can do that. That's why whenever situations like this happens, When you got guys like Roman Reigns and people like Rhea Ripley and Seth Rollins being injured, it's not hurting the company. And to be honest, they've been doing extremely big business over the last year and a half. Their last 30 shows have been sellout after sellout after sellout. So they're doing well right now.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need Roman Reigns.
I just want to make it clear. I just want to make it crystal clear that the champion or not, Roman Reigns is still the tribal chief around here.
Oh, of course.
And we gotta take time off, take care of a few things, go back in the lab, if you will, get stronger, get better, and boom, it's on like Donkey Kong, if you will.
I'm glad you said that. I almost forgot about her. I want to send well wishes to Raquel Gonzalez. She is currently going through a health issue, she has a skin disorder right now. So she's been taken off television to deal with that. So well wishes to her. And I know Carmella and what in the world is the other girl? Carmella and Alexa Bliss. They've been spotted on TMZ training at the Performance Center, so they're working out for a comeback. They both went away because they had kids, and they're currently training for their in-ring return. And speaking of pregnancy, Valhalla of the Viking Raiders is currently pregnant with her second child, so congratulations to her. She's off TV now.
Cool.
I know her husband, the other guy, I know he's still injured, so.
I wonder what happened to him.
Yeah, he's been injured. That's why he hasn't been seen on television. It's only been Ivar and Valhalla. But now Ivar's by himself because Valhalla's pregnant.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to her. Hope everything works out well, you know.
Yes. And what about Ronda Rousey?
Oh, Ronda.
Disrespectful.
Hey, wait a minute. Watch your mouth. Wait a minute, hold on.
No. Screw her. She's disrespectful. Screw her.
I value my arm very much. I try to get my arm ripped off.
That woman has said some derogatory things about her. She came into WWE, they pushed her to the damn moon, gave her her first match at WrestleMania, they put 3 world titles on her, 2 tag team titles on her, they put her in a ring with some of the best and biggest stars the company have to offer, and you got the nerve to badmouth them after they treated you like a damn queen? Nah, screw her.
Yeah, but...
Screw her. I lost respect for her. Screw her.
You try to get brother arm ripped off around here.
I hope this is a wake-up call for Triple H and everybody else. Be careful who you sign and bring into the company, because if they don't have respect for the company and act like Ronda Rousey, don't bring them into your company. Don't bring them into your world if they're not going to have respect for that world.
Yeah. Now,
some respect for that woman.
I would say go get Dana White take you back, but also you right back on the same umbrella because we combine UFC with WWE. So yeah.
Yeah, she kind of put her foot in her mouth. So yeah. Somebody said that too, and I forgot who it was. It wasn't just you. It might have been Booker or somebody else said that. It's like, you gotta be careful now.
Yeah,
besides, she didn't make a lot of friends in WWE anyway, so she got kind of thrown under the bus by a former WWE announcer and a former UFC announcer.
And we done merged on top of that, so even if you did come back, UFC you'll still be on the same umbrella.
No, I don't think she's coming back at all. She can go back to MMA, but it ain't going to be the UFC since they're under the same umbrella. Mm-hmm. So she pretty much stuck her foot in her mouth with that one. What about The Rock's new show, The Death of WCW? I saw the trailer, and it looks pretty damn good.
By the way, happy birthday to The Rock.
Yes, it's his birthday.
I'm looking forward to it.
I think he's 52, if my memory's correct. But yes, happy birthday to The Rock.
Now, when they say the Death of the WCW documentary, you talk about like the watered down version of the one.
No, there isn't a watered down version. It's WCW.
I thought doing like the Invasion WCW.
No, hell no, that don't count. Talking about the company that went out of business in 2001, that company.
Yeah.
Some big names on that show. Hogan and Nash and Booker and DDP and Bischoff himself. They even got Vince Russo, who's responsible for putting that company out of business. Dr. Harvey Schiller. So they got some big names on that show. It's going to air on the same channel, Vice, the same channel that currently airs Dark Side of the Ring. I just saw their most recent episode on The Sandman. Their next episode will be their series finale for season 5. It hasn't been announced if they've been renewed for a 6th season, but season finale is next week. And it will be the last episode of season 5.
Yeah. Cool.
Dark Side of the Ring. Yeah, the Sandman's episode wasn't that bad. I thought it was good. Oh, yeah, okay, the next and final episode is Black Saturday. Vince McMahon buys the Jim Crockett 6:05 Saturday evening time slot.
Interesting.
Ended up not working out too well for Vince in the long haul, like he cared anyway, but yeah. So that's what they're going to put that focus on.
Interesting.
Yeah, not too many people remember that. Well, a lot of people do, a lot of people don't. It didn't make that much big of a noise, but it was shocking. You know, you go, it's like you're looking to watch NWA World Championship Wrestling on the Superstation at 6:05 time slot. You know, you're ready to watch that, and then you see WWE TV, and you're like, what the hell is this? It's like on March 26, 2001, I go to watch Nitro because I knew it was coming on before Raw. It was always an hour on before Raw. And I see Vince McMahon on Nitro.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, I'm like, did Raw come on? I thought I was seeing shit. I was like, did Raw come on earlier? I was like, nope, it's not me. Okay, Vince is on WCW TV.
Yeah.
I ain't bugging. That reminded me of that. I'll never, ever forget that night. That was an interesting night.
Man, I stood there speechless. Like, I watched the WCW version of the WCW side. I remember ending with Vince buying the thing, and that was dope. They had
Sting came out.
They had Sting, Flair. Vince came out. Vince Shane bought it. Good night, good evening. I sit there with my mouth open, like just shocked, staring at the TV, like what the hell was that?
Sting and Ric Flair for final WCW match. I couldn't think of a better match to close out WCW. WCW's final match. It was actually the last wrestling show on TNT up until AEW in 2019.
Oh yeah. I remember
wrestling history.
Behind the scenes, I believe behind the scenes, WCW was down the corporate side. People that bought WCW, they didn't want no wrestling on their programs at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, that changed over time at AEW.
Yeah, but long for AEW. Like the only person who could do anything with it was Vince McMahon.
Yeah, Bischoff tried to buy it, but when he knew he couldn't get TV, he was like, "Screw it, I don't want it. It's penniless if I can't if there's no TV," which he does talk about.
Mm-hmm.
You can find that interview on YouTube. He was actually attempting to buy WCW, restart it. Man, it would have been interesting if Bischoff would have bought it. But, That's like with Shane McMahon attempting to buy ECW in 2000. For real, not that storyline.
Huh.
But Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins was going to purchase ECW in 2000. For real.
Interesting.
Even Disney was interested, but they seen ECW's content was like, nope, we're good.
Yeah, we talk like, Mickey Mouse Disney. Yes.
All in 2003, damn, 2 people in one company.
I remember 2002, like, it's been around since 2002. I stumbled on it 2004, 2005, TNA Wrestling. The OG TNA Wrestling. It's been around since 2002, though. But I stumbled upon it 2005.
I saw their first show in 2002. I was like, okay. I just looked at it as a rare company.
Oh, yeah, because the majority of the roster are former WCW folk that have a job for a year.
Well, yeah, and people that were fired from WWE after WCW went out of business.
Yeah.
And then there was a bunch of people we never heard of.
Oh, yeah.
So one of the first times we seen people like earlier people like James Storm and the Eric Youngs and the Bobby Roodes of the world.
Oh yeah, good times, man.
Yeah, and TNA is doing well. I gotta admit, it's watchable. It's very watchable. And I saw I've seen a couple of, I saw their, last 4 pay-per-views. They were good. They were decent.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the damn company is actually watchable. It's more watchable than what AEW is doing. Now, I'm not saying AEW doesn't have bad matches. They do have good matches, but the things they do leading up to the matches. And then a lot of these young cats, they need the performance center because a lot of the stuff they do in the ring is terrible. And the storylines is terrible. But the people who know what they're doing and the people that have good matches, those are the matches to watch. Like, there's certain guys I watch and that's currently in AEW. I can't watch that whole show. I can't watch it. It's terrible. Well, I've always liked Edge. I always liked Christian. So whenever they're on, I watch their stuff. Samoa Joe, I've always been a Samoa Joe fan. Whenever he's on, I watch his stuff. Chris Jericho, I watch all his stuff when he's on. Just some examples. But yeah, the show's terrible.
My problem with AEW as far as pay-per-view goes, I would wish they had their own streaming site because I'm tired of this clicking on these streaming sites. You gotta keep clicking and click. Like, bruh, get your own streaming service.
It's too early for them to have their own streaming service. That's why they don't have one.
It'd be so much easier. So I'm telling you, Fight TV is ridiculous, man. I got buy a subscription to Fight TV, then buy the pay-per-view on top of that.
That's stupid because you're paying extra money.
Well, why not include it with the subscription?
Basically, it should be like Netflix.
Yeah.
Like, I can watch a movie and not pay extra for the movie. I'm only paying for the service. Or something like a Spotify or iTunes. Like, you're not paying for the artist, and you're not paying for the songs that you're listening to. You're only paying for the service.
Yeah. No, screw that. Like Peacock. Boom.
Peacock is the same way. You're paying for the service. You're not paying extra to watch what you're watching.
Oh, yeah.
Only Fight TV does that. You're paying for the service, and then you gotta pay extra to watch what you're watching. On top of paying for the service monthly. That makes no sense. But hey, for everybody that has that streaming service, more power to them. They want to pay the extra money. I know somebody who has Fight TV, and I say all the time, like, you better than I am. I don't know how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, for example, you're paying $10 a month for the service, and then you're paying an extra $50 to watch a pay-per-view. That's $60 in a month.
And then on top of it, there's no guarantee if it won't suck, you know.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Peacock, I heard they're going up $1 next year.
It's not too bad. I'm paying $5, so it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Long as they stay within that route.
I laugh because some people are complaining about it. It's like it's only $1. It's not like it's 10.
Yeah. Now, if ever go to 10, then there's a problem. If it ever get to 10.
That's Netflix Hulu type category. $10 a month. Gosh.
I'm looking forward to WWE to Raw being on Netflix. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. Then you gotta pay. So that's like you have Peacock, and then you gotta pay for Netflix on top of that to watch Raw if you don't have Netflix. And pay that $10 a month.
Well, if you already have Netflix, I'm excited for it. I got Netflix. I'm looking forward to it.
True, but for those that don't want to get Netflix, there are ways to work around that. You know, there is those wrestling sites like WatchWrestling.in, which you can watch Raw on.
The only problem with that, you gotta do a lot of advertisements. So you gotta do a lot of clicking, a lot of clicking, and then so you might want to get an ad blocker, and you're good to go. Just keep.
Well, yeah. Well, if you have an ad blocker, there's no need for that. The only thing you have to deal with is commercials, because you are going to see commercials, because they don't cut those out. It's live television, so if you can get through the commercials, then you're fine.
Yeah.
Of course, I have an ad blocker, so I'm straight. But I really don't watch the shows from start to finish. I did watch Raw from start to finish this past Monday. It wasn't bad.
A while ago, I watched it was New Japan pay-per-view a while ago. That when it came on around it was 5 hours.
That's another issue I have with AEW's pay-per-views. Their pay-per-views are too long.
Mm-hmm.
Like WWE's pay-per-views are not long. I mean, AEW's last pay-per-view, I think. No, it wasn't. It wasn't longer than WrestleMania, but their pay-per-views are too long. Most of their pay-per-views. Like 80% of their pay-per-views are too long. It starts at 8 and it's over at 12:25, 12:30. Like, come on.
Yeah.
It's like, I like wrestling, but I don't want to be watching a pay-per-view up until 12 o'clock, 12:30, and it starts at 8.
Well, me,
I gotta get up in the morning. I gotta go to work.
If I'm on Peacock, I'm on our little corner of WWE on Peacock. I just leave it on pay-per-view, like if it's like serious pay-per-views, like WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. I just leave it on there, and they go through all night. One time I put on WrestleMania 35 years ago. I'm waking up, it's like 2 a.m, it's still on.
I did that once. I was watching, what was I watching? Oh yeah, I was watching Starrcade 1991.
Mm-hmm.
and I ended up falling asleep. And when I woke up, Starcade 93 was on.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, whatever you watch is gonna go off, and then it'll move on to the previous year.
Yeah, I like that. And there's every now and then WWE has his one hit wonders. Like there's a few of them.
It's been a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I remember Fatal 4-Way in 2010. I remember Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah, yo, right there, Great Balls of Fire. It's been
Stupid name for a pay-per-view.
They haven't done that since.
I remember they had a pay-per-view called the Wrestling Classic. They had a bunch of them, a couple. What was another one they had? Breakdown.
That's my favorite.
Breakdown in 1998. That triple threat steel cage and Master Rock and Mankind and Ken Shamrock was amazing.
That right there with Mankind. I want to say it's that or Judgment Day. Can't remember which one. Mankind was in the ankle lock, and rather than tap out, he put the Bam Claw on himself.
Oh, I think that was Judgment Day.
You know, I'm like, he still lost, but still, I'm like, okay, so you avoid a tap out, you put Bam Claw on yourself and just passed out. What the hell?
Oh, I almost forgot about Breaking Point. I actually liked that pay-per-view in 2009. That was another one-off. Remember, I don't know if you remember that pay-per-view, the Submissions Count Anywhere match, a tag team match. It was DX versus Legacy.
I remember.
Submissions Anywhere. And then you had the submission match, CM Punk versus Undertaker. And one of my favorite I Quit matches, Randy Orton versus John Cena. I mean, he beat the tar out of John Cena, even though he lost. But watching Cena get destroyed like that was pure entertainment. Yeah, that was one of my favorite WWE pay-per-views.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
See, that was actually a good one-off. That and Breakdown.
I was there for Great Balls of Fire in Dallas, Texas.
I was there too.
They haven't had. That's truly a one-time thing. They haven't come up with no one like that since. Like,
they better not do another Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view. I was like, are you serious? Like, why? Why? Oh, wait, let me go back to AEW real quick here. Double or Nothing pay-per-view is going to take place on Sunday, May 26th in Las Vegas. The matches so far is going to be Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Moné, formerly known as Sasha Banks. This will be Mercedes Moné in-ring debut. And for those who don't know, she hasn't wrestled because she's been injured. And this is actually long-term booking. I give Tony Khan credit for this because Mercedes Moné in her last New Japan match, it was against Willow Nightingale, and Willow Nightingale's the one who injured her. And now they're both working in AEW, and they're wrestling each other. And it's for the TBS Championship. And notice Mercedes Moné, her first match, her in-ring debut AEW match, is for a championship. Anyway, one of the matches I can't wait to see is Roderick Strong versus Will Ospreay for the AEW International Championship. Also on the card, Timeless Tony Storm will defend the AEW Women's Championship against Serena Deeb. And Swerve Strickland will defend the AEW World Title against Christian Cage. And those are the 4 matches announced so far.
Well, the world's greatest father, Christian Cage, I'm pulling for him.
I thought he was going to hit Strickland with a concerto, but he didn't do it. I'm shocked.
course, Swerve Strickland is the first black AEW World Champion. Congratulations to you.
Yes. Interesting. You got Moose, you got Trick Williams on NXT, and you have Swerve Strickland, 3 black world champions.
I remember 2016, 17, one of those 2 years, it was black champions across the board. And all companies, black champions across the board. That was nice. Yeah, black champion TNA, black champion WWE, black champion all the other companies. That was nice.
Yeah. World champions. And that's the thing. When you get in this business, one of the things you want to do is be a world champion. You look at some of the world champions in this business, like a John Moxley, a Swerve Strickland, Cody Rhodes, and Moose, I mentioned, EC3, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Nick Nemeth, the former Dolph Ziggler, the AAA World Champion.
Yeah. Now, it's one thing to be there. It's like I've been there, done that. If you haven't been there, you don't want to be a champion. You in the wrong line of work.
That's something Taz and Booker T used to say a lot.
Now, it's one thing if you've been there, done that. I can understand that. You young man, you trying to be a champion. Yeah, you need to find another job.
And what about this draft? I was like, wow, Raw got Amelia Dragunov. I was like, whoa. And Lyra Valkyria was on Raw.
Now, I do expect Nick Aldis to take the draft seriously. Because Nick Aldis is probably the best general manager since Teddy Long.
He's a good general manager. I like Nick Aldis.
I know what I'm saying. Like he takes his job seriously. He's running the tight ship on SmackDown. I like that.
Yeah.
He ain't taking no bullshit.
Yep. I can't wait to see what he has planned tomorrow. Yeah. And who knows, maybe him being there will lead to a Mickey James return. Maybe. Who knows?
That'd be interesting. Like your wife on the show, on your brand, that'd be very interesting.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe he'll wrestle a match.
Nah.
I'm telling you, for those who haven't seen his work, he's really good. Nick Aldis, and I can't rule out Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce once wrestled. Adam Pearce is a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. He was a good wrestler as well. It's too bad he never got to ply his craft on a major stage like a TNA or a WWE. But in his time, when he was an active wrestler, he was exceptional. And they're both multiple-time world champions. Adam Pearce is a good NWA champion multiple times. Nick Aldis, a former TNA champion, a former NWA World Heavyweight champion. Yep. Wow, it's time for us to clock out.
Yes, sir. Y'all appreciate you. By the way, me pull my people up here. I appreciate y'all for helping us out here. Hang on a second. I should have this memorized all this time, but I'll write it down somewhere.
Backup and delivery.
And if I'm gonna send you a copy, so one of us can have it at least. Yeah. Okay. Wrestling Tracks brought to you by Back of the Support LLC. They put the D in delivery. You have a CDL license, you drive trucks, you want more information, you call 888-712-2587 or 817-204-7259. We got backup.com for more information. Have a great day, everybody. Great night, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy SmackDown. Enjoy Backlash. We'll see you.
Be safe, people.